Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Daily Magic. My name is SlytherinKnight, and I'm so happy you could join me. So today's new daily is to cast 20 blue or green spells. Very nice, because I did want to try out a new Simic deck. This one is a Leviathan Merfolk deck. I'm calling it a Leviathan deck because the main thing that we're trying to do is get Summon Leviathan out on the field, which return each creature that isn't a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent to its owner's hand, and then twice after that, until end of turn, whenever a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent attacks, draw a card. So it's kind of nice, but the whole thing is like, it's a big 6/6, with Ward 2 that sends everything your opponent has on the field back to their hand, and potentially really nothing that we play back to our hand. So hopefully on the same turn you play Leviathan, you can sweep and take out your opponent. But anyway, to kind of help with that, we do have so just going into it, we have Into the Flood Maw to keep things off the field, Mindspring Merfolk to eventually make everything just ridiculously strong, Cenote Scout as a good one drop, and helps us get more mana, potentially more lands. Deeproot Pilgrimage, so anytime we attack with our creatures, we're going to get to make one token. It just helps more creatures on the field. Detect Intrusion to take care of instant spells, sorcery spells, or triggered abilities, which can be pretty bad. Floodpits Drowner, kind of a no-brainer to have in this deck to, tap and put a stun counter on something we don't want to deal with. Heritage Reclamation for removal against artifacts and enchantments, and to potentially exile a card we don't want our opponent to have in their graveyard, and drawing a card in doing so. Tasha's Tidebinder to pretty much say nope to an opponent's triggered ability of a creature, because again, while this is on the field, after we've used it to counter an activated or triggered ability, they can't use that ability again until Tishana is gone. Sentinel, the Nameless City, just a good card, and its ability to create map tokens kind of synergizes with one of our lands. Adaptive Automaton, kind of a cool card in that it comes in as any creature type as you want, so we're going to be typically picking Merfolk, and then it makes other Merfolk stronger. Same thing with LIfecraft Engine. Pick a creature type, vehicle creatures you control are of the chosen creature type in addition, or are the chosen creature type in addition to their other types. Each creature you control of the chosen type other than this vehicle get +1/+1, which is very nice. And it's like sweepers can't target this typically because it'll be as situated as an artifact, so it's just kind of something nice to have. And then last, we already talked about that. For our lands, the only ones that I'm actually really going to talk about here, we have the blue and green planets from Eternities. This one is interstabbed, tap for blue, but at +12 you can, for blue and tap this card, add blue for each artifact you control. And the reverse of that is, for green and tap green on the green planet, is add green for each creature you control, which can be kind of nice. If we have a lot of creatures on the field, we can get a lot of mana to play something. Uthros, like I said, combos off of Sentinel, the Nameless City, with all the map tokens it can generate to eventually potentially get Summon Leviathan out. A lot easier if we're having trouble with some of our mana, but yeah. I have a couple copies of Restless Vinestalk here, just because while you can still use the creature lands, I say go for it. And seeing as how you're typically going to be sending this out, you'll typically tap this to get it out on the field. After you've played Leviathan, you don't have to worry about it getting rid of your Restless Vinestalk. So that's why I have it. Now this deck does come courtesy of Power Dragon, and I just wanted to test it out. I've tried a Leviathan deck a while ago. It was a while ago. But it was one specifically based on stalling the opponent. This deck is much more a creature heavy aggro deck, so I'm willing to give it a shot. You know what? I'll keep it. Mainly because I do have a good amount of mana here. And with Automaton on turn 3, nice. With Automaton on turn 3, all of these guys are going to be 2/2s, or potentially 3/3s. So that's quite nice. Into the Flood Maw is good. So they have something they can do, clearly. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I lose the one that was lesser. Go with you, Merfolk. Okay. I would love to play you, but I can't yet. Into the Flood Maw will do that to get rid of you. Yeah, get rid of their token. Yeah, they're going to lose that next turn anyway, so... Okay, I'm a little surprised by that. Draw a card you control. Yeah, I'll let them have a card. I'm not too... Yeah, I'm not too upset by that. Yeah, you don't get to do that. I'm only at 5. Yeah, I'm only at 5 mana, which is unfortunate. Yeah. But hey, I can do this. I can play an island, do Summon Leviathan, gets rid of everything on their side of the field. Crud. Meh. So bad thing is I can do Tasha, but I can't. Okay, they're gonna do that. Well, that was stupid. Because yeah, that's not an activated ability. That was my bad. Yeah, that's not how that works. Is what I was trying to get at. And if I could pull another Leviathan. Not what I was hoping for. Yeah, another Leviathan would be great right now. Jeez, yeah. Deeply unfortunate. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. That match was going really well for us. It's just yeah, couldn't quite get it done. That's okay. We'll do one more match. I'm definitely going to hold on to this one because it does seem kind of fun. But we'll do one more match and kind of see what happens. Why you gotta be like that? How do you work again? Target, activated, or triggered ability, right? So, really not too worried about that. Let's go with Merfolk. What's your thing? Yeah, they'll go ahead and block that, which I'm okay with getting rid of a lifelinker on their side. I just, yeah. Now, if I could get a way to get rid of their scavenger, that would be good. Like a Into the Flood Maw would be fantastic, but what, do they have a shelter by ghost? Is that what they're trying to decide? Yeah. Definitely want to get rid of you. Not what I was hoping for. Sad. Sad. But yeah, not much else I can do. Well, when they try to activate their Veteran Survivor's ability, I'll do Tasha's Tidebinder to lock that down. Only bad thing is, yeah, they're going to get 6 life from this. Or more if they play any more enchantments. Haven't seen mono white enchantments in a while, so that's deeply unfortunate, in my opinion. If I can survive 2 turns. Oh yeah. Yep, no ability for you. That's shelter. Naturally. Actually, that's not bad. That's not terrible, because I can do this. I can do this, get rid of... If I can get rid of this, I can get back my automaton. Now let's get rid of this one. No, let's get rid of the thing that's giving them more... Merfolk. Do they have another one? Ethereal armor. Okay, so it just doesn't matter. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Alright, good game. So they're gonna keep going. That's fine. If you want to be like that, that's fine. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. They have first strike. so it's like just doesn't matter. Man, the funny thing is, if we could have survived that turn somehow, you know, gotten a land, played Leviathan, they would have lost. Those two creatures, would it really have helped us? Maybe, because I would have gotten back my Tidebinder, which would have been just another creature on the field. I don't know. I do not know if it would have mattered. Sadly, maybe it would. Maybe it would have. Maybe it would have, but sometimes that's just how it goes. I'm not going to give up on this deck though, because it seems like a lot of fun. Even though we lost those two matches, I was having fun. So I want to keep a hold of it, maybe test it out a little bit. It's definitely much more enjoyable than the Manifest Dread deck that I tried a little while ago. But yeah. So again, lost those two matches. That's okay. I'll definitely keep using it a little bit here and there. See if we can get something going with it. And yeah. So that's the matches. Don't go anywhere. We do have a pack open from Dragonstorm. That gets our free Mythic Wild, which is nice. But anyway, nothing new in the commons and uncommons. What's the rare? Okay, I remember seeing one or two decks that used this card. Yeah, when this card enters, you may mill cards equal to the number of lands you control, and then it has the renew ability for 1 and 1 green. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put X +1/+1 counters on target creature, where X is the number of land cards in your graveyard. Activate only as a sorcery. So this one was being used in a handful of landfall decks, where it's like you get lands into your graveyard, and then you bring them back out with like Lumbra or something. I don't know, but I do remember seeing this one on occasion. So yeah, I'll take it. And with that, we are going to wrap things up. So if you enjoyed this episode, which I do sincerely hope you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you happen to be new to the channel, hello, welcome, and please do consider subscribing. And to stay up to date for whenever new content is released, don't forget to hit that bell icon after you subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all next time.